From Software's Dark Souls 3 is an excellent send-off for the legendary, brutally difficult franchise and the ultimate service for longtime fans. It does a fantastic job of tying the lore of all three games together with an abundance of throwbacks, but keeps them well hidden in item descriptions and missable secret locations, making exploring Dark Souls 3's gorgeous yet dangerous landscape extremely rewarding. I spent my first 50-hour playthrough exploring every beautiful nook and cranny as a result. The franchise's signature simple yet deep combat is back with the welcomed return of the focus points bar from Demon Souls that functions much like a mana bar, and the addition of weapon arts that are unique abilities and attacks special to each weapon that keep combat fresh and unique. The crafting system is also deeper than ever, allowing you to infuse weapons and shields with gems that change their scaling. This makes a far larger variety of weapons and playstyles available to the player no matter what class they decide to choose. For example, for my first playthrough, I chose to focus on sorceries. Normally this would make some locations and bosses next to impossible. However, I was able to infuse a katana with a crystal gem, making it scale with the intelligence stat. This provided me an out in sticky close quarters combat situations. I felt this was a genius design in addition to the already excellent Dark Souls crafting system. The only real gripe I had with what has quickly become my favorite game in the franchise from a gameplay perspective is that some of the bosses in Dark Souls 3 seem laughably easy in comparison to even the locations I struggled through leading up to them. As a franchise that has always prided itself in creating unique and brutally difficult boss encounters, I was a little disappointed to see a handful of them fall flat due to seemingly lazy design. However, some of the more unique bosses and the game's overall package more than made up for this. Performance-wise, Dark Souls 3 runs relatively smooth, and is rarely hindered by the frame rate drops that have plagued previous titles. However, the multiplayer summoning system remains as painstakingly difficult as even the game's most difficult enemies, which in all honesty has become somewhat of a staple for the franchise. Though unfunctional, it still remains the most creative use of multiplayer in any franchise in my personal opinion. Dark Souls 3 provides a great send-off to one of my favorite franchises of all time. Littered with fan service, its deep, brutal combat, genius crafting system, and gorgeous varied landscapes makes this entry my personal favorite in the franchise, and already has me planning out my second, third, and fourth playthroughs so that I can experience all of the endings and lore it has to offer. I rate Dark Souls 3 a 9 out of 10, and I'm hotly anticipating the first DLC due to release in fall of 2016. As always, for more news, reviews, and gameplay of Dark Souls 3 and other titles, be sure to like and subscribe below.